Okay, so I've been using the Vision Pro and the Meta Quest 3 for the better part of the last year, and these devices have been incredible. But if I'm being honest, I don't use them as much as I would actually like to. And that basically comes down to three main reasons. Firstly, portability, battery life, and ease of use. And all of these, I think, will be solved by these. So these are the RayNeo Air 2S glasses, and they're basically a 201-inch theater-sized screen with insane brightness, 120Hz refresh rate, don't require charging, can pair with your smartphone, computers, gaming consoles, and all while literally fitting in your pocket and looking like regular sunglasses. So RayNeo reached out to me and basically wanted me to take these glasses through my day and see how they actually fare. And I basically wanted to answer the question, are they a gimmick or are they actually useful? So let's go ahead and find out. Okay, firstly, I love how these look and feel like regular sunglasses. Now you can tell that these aren't regular sunglasses, especially from like certain angles, because they do sit so far away from your actual face. So you can tell there's something up there. But I mean, if you're wearing these in like a plane or a flight or inside a car or bus, I mean, people might not even double take because they'll just assume you're wearing sunglasses. But look, overall, these things do look and feel like regular sunglasses, and they're pretty lightweight at just 78 grams. Seriously, you can toss these into a bag without even noticing that they're there. And comparing them to my regular glasses, they're only slightly bulkier, which is quite impressive considering the amount of tech that's actually packed inside here. But make sure you guys watch this video till the end because we're going to be comparing them to the Vision Pro as well as the Meta Quest 3 and kind of share my thoughts and my experience actually using these compared to these other two devices. Okay, first and foremost, design and build quality. This is an important factor because you're paying good money for these glasses and you want them to kind of last, right? Let's talk about the design first. Now, the Air 2S does have a USB-C connector on the back of this wing. Other than that, on the stems, you'll actually find a volume rocker as well as a brightness switch, and you also have a menu button which you can control and do different selections. Everything is intuitively placed, so you're not going to have an issue kind of pulling anything up. Now, one thing I do appreciate is how adjustable these glasses actually are. The arms can articulate up and down quite a bit, and they can also adjust width-wise to fit a variety of different face shapes. So if you got like a nice jawline like me, then you're not going to have any issues, but if you have a thicker face as well, you still should be good. At the end of the day, look, comfort is absolutely key with glasses like this because if you want to be using these for longer periods of time, they got to nail the comfort factor, and I think these glasses do a pretty good job. Now, one thing that I did find pretty surprising about these when I first threw them on is how good the sound quality is. Now, this comes with 4 different speakers that offer dynamic stereo sound, and the sound coming out of these is actually pretty great. And of course, you can always still connect to your Bluetooth headphones to your device and whatnot if you prefer to keep it private, but this does have a whisper mode. So let's say you do forget your headphones, you can still put it on whisper mode and it will try its best to not let the sound spread from you. Now, the other thing about these glasses is I wear glasses myself. So in order to make these work, I could either do contacts, or the route that I went with is RayNeo is actually paired up with a company called Lensology, and you can reach out to them and basically get these custom inserts made. And these are actually quite cool. So I basically put in an order, I uploaded my prescription, and in about a week's time, they shipped these things out to me. Pretty good service and quality of these lenses. And they're basically just these like little inserts that you clip onto this nose piece over here. And then the nose piece actually just goes into the glasses like this. And boom. Okay, now let's talk about the star of the show, which is the display. So the RayNeo Air 2S features a 46-degree field of view with a 1080p micro OLED display with about 600 nits of max eye brightness, which is equivalent to about 5,000 nits of brightness. Like, the brightness on this thing is absolutely insane. I keep it literally close to the bottom because it just gets way too bright. You get a vivid viewing experience even in bright environments, and overall the experience in terms of the screen quality has been pretty great. But what I found really impressive is that it has a 120Hz refresh rate. Now, most other devices in this category will offer between 60Hz to 90Hz, so 120Hz is definitely a significant inclusion. Imagine having a virtual 201-inch screen wherever you go. So let's say you go outside and your wife's like, you know what, I need to run into the store and go shopping for a bit, but your kids are sleeping at the back and you don't want to go inside anyway, so you're just like, you know what, you go on ahead, I'll chill out in the car. You're sitting in the car. Like, do you really want to be using this screen? Bro, like this is peasant spec right here. You gotta like upgrade your screen a little bit, you know? So you go ahead and plug in these glasses to your phone. Yo, this is so cool. And boom, I'm looking at a huge screen and I could just kick back and relax, you know? Like I don't have to like worry about holding the phone up in my hand like this and like, you know, watching content. It's at eye level, it's a huge screen and I'm sitting in my car. And sometimes look, you just wanna like kick back in nature and like relax. And I wanna watch TV outside by this tree. So I'm gonna go ahead, plug it into my phone, boom, throw these on. And now I can kick back, make this big screen and just watch content like that's really big out in the great outdoors. This is like so peaceful. Just kicking back. Okay, next let's talk about an important factor here, connectivity and compatibility. There's no point in having amazing glasses when you can't like pair with the things that you want to pair with. Now, because these things have USB-C in them, it makes them compatible with pretty much most modern devices you can think of. They connect well with smartphones, let it be iPhones or Galaxy S24 Ultras or Pixel 9 Pro XLs, you name it. For iPhone users, you can actually lock and turn off your screen as well in order to save battery life on your phone while still enjoying content on these actual glasses. Android users, you get the short end of the stick this time, right? You have to keep your screen on in order to use it. I don't know why. Now, if you are a Nintendo Switch fanboy, okay? Let's say you got a Nintendo Switch and you want to play on the go, but you, sir, are fancy and you like having a bigger screen, right? You don't want to play on such a small screen here. So what you can get is something called this Joydock, and basically it will allow you to connect your Nintendo Switch to your glasses and provide you 10,000 milliamps of battery in order to power both devices. Now, if you didn't want to connect to an Xbox or a PlayStation, then you will need an HDMI to USB-C adapter, and then you should be able to do so. Now, on a Mac, these glasses actually mirror your display as well, which is fantastic for content consumption or for light editing. I've actually been using these to edit Final Cut Pro on. Sometimes when I'm kicking back on my bed, I want a bigger screen from my MacBook and I don't want to like be like, you know, bending my neck down looking at the monitor. Now, PC users can also use this to not only mirror your screen, but also extend your display, essentially giving you multiple monitors in a portable form. And the thing that makes these glasses even better as like a throw in the bag or travel companion is the fact that you don't need to like charge these up separately, right? It's not one less thing to worry about. So if you want to do something on your laptop or on your phone or tablet or on your iPad or something like that, it just draws power from the actual device. So you don't have to worry about keeping this juiced up. Now, I know earlier I mentioned I didn't like the cable having plugged in here, but honestly, I will take that cable over having to charge this and putting a battery in here, because that would not only make this heavier, right, on your face and making it less comfortable, but also one more thing to worry about. Now, one thing I will say, because the display isn't actually anchored to your environment like it is with like the Quest 3 or the Vision Pro, where you can move your head but the display stays right there, it can be a little bit jarring if you're wearing this for like a long, intensive working session where you're editing a video or something like that, and you might need to like move your head around and stuff, because wherever you look, the screen kind of like moves with you, which is a little bit jarring at first, but you do get used to it. So for that reason, it might not be ideal for intensive working sessions, but for content viewing, movies, casual gaming, and stuff like that, I think these are phenomenal. Now look, let's get to the actual juice of this comparison, okay? We want to know how it compares to these two devices. And look, I'm gonna say it right now, these glasses aren't at the same caliber or level as the Vision Pro or the Meta Quest 3, but it does things that these devices can do a lot better. So the RayNeo Air 2S isn't actually about augmented reality overlays or fully immersive VR experiences and stuff. It's about delivering a massive screen in your pocket, and it takes the best feature from some of these high-end devices, which is the display, and focuses on that specific thing, making it more accessible and more affordable. Now, a lot of the times, if you talk to people that are using like the Vision Pro, one of the things that they really zone in on, including myself, is being able to connect this to my MacBook and having a much bigger screen when I'm traveling or when I'm at a hotel room or something like that without having to carry a monitor with me. But unless you want the other features and benefits of what these devices can offer, it's a lot to pay for just having your screen enlarged that big. Like if that's the only feature that excites you or that's a main feature you want to use it for. In my opinion, this isn't actually a replacement for these two. They all have their own specialty, but I think it's a great supplemental device for even people that own these or people that just want that specific feature to use with their devices. And that brings me to price. This thing comes in at $399 versus like $3,500 for the Vision Pro. So that makes these a much better deal. But where the comparison becomes interesting is when you start talking about the Meta Quest 3, because these things are just about 500 bucks, or you could get the 3S, which is going to be slightly cheaper. Now, arguably, you can do a lot more on the Quest 3. Just for 100 bucks more, you can do like VR gaming, watch content in VR, get that whole like 3D VR experience. If you want all of that, then this might be a better bet for you. But let's say all you really care about is having that huge screen to watch, to work on, then arguably this is better and cheaper and lighter and no battery and just an easier overall setup because it's also small and pocketable. It starts up right away and it's just a better overall experience to do that one single thing. So if you're someone who's always on the go, loves consuming content, or needs to have a portable second screen to work on, then these just might be the perfect fit for you. Thanks again for joining me on this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're interested in glasses like this and what you would actually use this for. Until next time, I'll see you in one of these two videos. Take care, stay blessed, peace.